Oh my Lanta, what is going on? A beautiful day outside. The sun is shining. Slight breeze. Mm. What's happening here? Oh, I see a little red light on this thing. Uh-oh. This thing recorded? Hello, Mr. Diary. That you? Must be. Oh, must be. I see something up on here. Oh my Lanta. Welcome, people, to Miner's Madness. This is James, your train conductor. Kiwi is inside, making sure the fort's being held down in case anybody's looking for Kiwi. If you're in the train depot yard, don't forget to grab a drink. Today I got coffee. Mm. Not often I drink coffee, but that's okay. Who doesn't like something like coffee every once in a while to drink? If not, that's okay. Today's discussion on the train that will be moving is obviously in the title. It says Forrest, Fenn, knowledge, specialized knowledge, AI, and I, which is quite a little bit to discuss about in such a short amount of time. Or is it? We'll find out. Who doesn't like to talk to themselves every now and then? Coffee is a beverage of choice. Oh, so today's train ride on Miner's Madness, I want to try to see if I can't walk like through the cart or the what would be the good name for the coach, the coach cart, where everybody hangs out, or the dinner cart. Everybody likes some food every now and then, and just kind of ask. I mean, basically, people's thoughts on AI and themselves and information that they've learned, because I'm curious to what other searchers' opinions are on AI, because it's interesting because I have my own little opinion. But yeah, don't forget to grab pillow or blanket. Might start to put you to sleep as I yammer and talk about nothing. And hopefully you enjoy the ride. If not, it's okay. I'm just gonna sit here and remind myself why I like movies and stuff I learned kind of from Forrest Fenn ish, movies ish, and just about AI ish. Like movies, Terminator, GoldenEye. Those are some good movies. Um, oh, what? Chat. How was Journey and Toto? They were here last month. Awesome. Did you get a chance to go see them? If you did, uh, took the wife out to go see Toto. I always thought it was like Totem, but I guess not. Just Toto and Journey. Oh my Lanta. Both were good. They played the song that I love, is Africa. Blessing the Rains Down in Africa. That was a good song. Oh, love it. And then Journey, obviously. Tell you what, that looking at him dancing, I would say he looks like a kid, but apparently he's like 55, the new lead singer for Journey. And um, I mean, at the beginning, I kind of heard about it, heard him sing, but to actually go to a concert and hear him sing, it was. I was telling my wife, everybody has uniqueness in them, and it's crazy. But to find another singer, I mean, singing is hard enough, but to find another singer who can almost, for note and key and sound, to match an original singer, I mean, that's a pretty amazing thing. And I mean, yep, the cosmos definitely blessed that gentleman with the gift of singing. He was amazing. The pipes on him. Wow. It was a good concert, and we actually got out of there in a decent amount of time too. So, if you care to check it out, I posted one of their songs, the African one, on my Facebook page, and if you haven't figured out how to find it or whatever, well, just look up James on Facebook. You'll find it. Forrest Fenn. Seeing as how the title it starts off with Forrest Fenn, Why not do a little Forrest Fenn-ish content, shall we? If you haven't realized, this train is always moving. There's a smoking section front and aft of the train. Help yourself to either way. At the very aft of the train, we have a legal department. It's just a little rail that hangs over the edge of the aft cart. Uh, all the filings go out there, with the people too. Usually they enjoy the view for about 4 seconds, and about the fifth second, it starts getting confusing because they're tumbling down the track, which is okay. We don't mind. Kiwi don't mind no legal problems. She don't want none. Don't need none. It's quite okay. What else? Oh, don't forget to check out the top of the train. Access is wherever it is, and you can find it. How you doing? Um, if I say hi, hi. If I haven't said hi, hi. If I forget to say hi, hi again. If I don't say hi, then forgive me, but I say hi. Don't mean to ignore chat, but I'm definitely trying to focus on chat because I'd like to get chat's point of view in a sense about the title, Forrest Fenn, breaking it down to knowledge, breaking it down to specialized knowledge, and then you're introducing like AI, and then of course at the end of it it's got I, and just like a little circle that I'm just gonna yammer on about on my perspective on artificial intelligence and how I kind of got my perspective on getting there. Train of digression is always running. Don't forget to leave out your coins, but not the coins that I send you because they're special. And if you don't know why they're special, well, you'll soon find out at some point in time. If you haven't noticed, there's on the big billboard that as soon as you walk in, it's like, Miners Madness, Train Depot, and underneath there's always, I try to always put a link somewhere right there on the top chat. That is a coin giveaway to help raise awareness to mental health. There's several coins, several silver coins, silver bars, etc. going out that I'm doing as a giveaway in a comment picker fashion, and the prize winning drawing, I guess, which is quite a number to reach, is the Forrest Fenn $5 gold piece in 1880 that was in the Thrill of the Chase chest, and was a part of this treasure hunt that, sparked more interest and more growth in thy own self, so that thine own self be true. I mean, since Forrest Fenn likes to quote stuff, why can't I quote stuff? And that's by whoever said that. So I don't know. So, yada yada yada, yada yada yada, yada yada. All right, let's throw in some Fenn stuff. Uh-oh. New Yorker asks a dog question, and the dog dude answers. Uh-huh. Auto drip, coffee. There's no reason to hide that. So, feel free to chat amongst yourselves in the train cart if you'd like me to see what's going on as I'm sitting here just yammering, showing idle nonsense stuff, which is fine. Please highlight my name and I'll try to recognize you. But again, just chat amongst yourselves because I'm curious what you guys think about the movies, especially when you think about the movie The Terminators, obviously, right? They show you the Terminators and they're run by machines. Well, who's running the machines? Well, it comes down to this, computer program called Skynet or whatever. It sits there, releases its own artificial intelligence upon the world, right? Creates chaos. If you look at today's society, especially today's legal society, today's governmental societies, that one movie, especially with the title here, AI, one movie that would really sum up, seeing as how you have, I'm not sure how many people actually pay attention to hearings and stuff and whatnots on Capitol Hills and whatnots, but I have a few spare moments of my time that I like to pay attention to the governmental society that is supposed to be watching over at least me, my home, my family, my city, my state, and at the very least my country. Oh, there goes that one. Hope somebody's getting a sharp coin on that one. Oh, I could cut somebody with that. Digress completely. Somebody remind me, what was I talking about? I forget. That's the thing about digression. You always forget what you're talking about. Which isn't too bad. My dad always said it's not hard to forget what I'm talking about when all I have is an engine and caboose. Hence, that's why this is the Miner's Madness train of digression and confusion of yammer yammering. Oh, yeah, right? So, paying attention to the higher society, the big tech society, the government society, and knowing that the words AI loosely and with intent are being used uh, in a society forming fashion. Whether people believe this or not, I mean, I can point out a few ways to prove it without having to prove it, I guess. Alright, no proven stuff on this train. It's all conspiracy theories anyway. Conjectures. Opinions. These are just my thoughts, man. Come on. Eagle Eye is a good movie. And when you have a government entity working with state entities, working with a computer entity that has a mind of its own, having full access to any and all means possible in the digital world, is a recipe, literally a recipe for disaster, in my opinion. But that's just my opinion. I mean, that's why people make movies. It's like, here, let me show you what bad could happen. But yet, society ignores some of these things and they start doing the things that are bad that could happen. Now, it's not to say that AI isn't something that could be helpful if contained in the right and appropriate parameters or whatever, but is that possible? Obviously, they're trying with the chat GPT 4s or whatever's and whatnots. It's crazy stuff. AI is now a force multiplier, but there will have to be a governing regular body in place to keep technology in check. Absolutely. Um, and here's one of the interesting things, and I think it's important for me, and it's actually, if you think, for me, it's like it would be the one step ultimate to, I hate to use the word greatness in a sense. And I say it in a sense because the possibility, the idea of artificial intelligence, is that it's its own entity and singularity. But the ability of that uh, AI to gain. Let me back this up a little bit, real quick. Humans, we have five senses, right? We taste things, touch things, smell things, hear things, see things. Our body is essentially kind of like a well tuned energy machine that interprets energy flows and patterns. I mean, you're down to molecules and atoms and stuff. I mean, we sense these and we learn things. So, and I say this because, like, when I'm teaching Gunner, our dog, or Kiwi things, and for instance, I'll go with this, a lighter. I know that this is a lighter. I know that there's gas in there, and I know how it works with a flint and something rubbing on it. But the now knowing thing presumption is I assume that my dog would know what a lighter is, but yet maybe he might get a hold of this lighter and start chewing on it, breaking it. Now he's got the fuel up a bit, so he doesn't know the dangers or the positive things of a lighter or what it is. Now, if you give AI the ability to automatically know what a lighter is, how to build it, how to manufacture it, how to produce it, where to get the chemicals, everything. That branches out because now it's going into chemicals. It's learning all the different things about chemicals automatically through the internet, through all the information that flows. I mean, to product productions, where would be the best places to mine the products and stuff, all gain off of the internet. Now, humans, I'd have to do a lot of reading, a lot of typing, a lot of researching when all these mines and stuff. Spanish coming over here. Oh, the Catholic Church taking over. They're wiping out the Templars. Oh my, all these religion wars. Oh my, you know what I mean? So it's I would have to do a lot to understand a lot. Which thanks to Forrest Fenn, I did do a lot to understand a lot. That's why I'm here talking about what I think I don't know what I'm talking about. Um, but your dog's implied Jack. Jack's a good name for a dog. Ours is Gunner. Gunner's he's like a quarter border. I think it's quarter border collie, 3/4 Aussie, Australian Shepherd. So he's just a ham. He's just a ham girl. He's losing all his baby teeth too. Um, oh, see, digression. This is what I mean about digression. Oh, that's what I was talking about. So think about it this way too: is Forrest Fenn. I need to learn about Forrest Fenn. How I learn about Forrest Fenn. Read his books. That's knowledge about Forrest Fenn. The things that Forrest Fenn did in his stories, learning about those things start to become more, I guess, like specialized knowledge. If you don't know about that kind of stuff, you're learning it. You're learning somebody else's specialty, the different things that they did. But then you throw AI in the mix, and computers and digital technology, and just things change. And so, yeah, I have no idea where this whole conversation or day is going on about or whatever. But it's just, I mean, so as a human, I can process what I learn. Other, creatures and stuff, they process what they learn, AI, a computer, once it has full access, it will automatically process and learn way more than any combined human network, human mental neural network. Um, because outside of what we perceive in our mind and brain, there's still other things out there that we can't understand and perceive. But electronics and digital electronics and stuff like that, they capture these things. That's why they use like cameras and stuff and different recording devices that capture energy frequencies on different wavelengths. And so, I mean, let's throw some Forrest Fenn into this. Like, okay, what's this got to do with Forrest Fenn, right? So, like page 15 of TTOTC, I just enjoy that page. I mean, that page is just bold. It's just like out there. It's like, hey, if anything, as you're looking through this book, look at this. It stands out. Not a day passes that I don't question myself about what lies just ahead and whether or not I can make it happen like it's supposed to be. Not near the end of my 79th year, each day tests me in a different way, and I know that before too long, I'll make my last flight to where even memory itself will never have been. Sooner or later, each of us will be nothing but the leftovers of history or an asterisk in a book that was never written. So now I sit here past midnight beside my juniper fire, reflecting back to the year when my awareness took its first few steps. And I have underneath there written is time. And I'm gathering memory, I'm gathering time, and the ability to learn what you have and utilize it so that you can shape your future, which is kind of like what AI does. It's taking what it's learning and it's reshaping a future. And this and the other day I had brought up that I had gotten a hold of like one of those chat GDP things. I had asked it a few particular questions on things that I was kind of already doing, and the answers it gave back as I was telling the wife were just a repetitive answer back. But I'll share that because it's part of the AI stuff, and so when you come into Forrest Fenn and you come into knowledge, on page 26 of the Thrill of the Chase at the top, he talks about a situation with him, his teacher, and his father, and about words spoken. But he writes down that as he was praying, thanks to Thor, because he was holding, his father was holding his hand and smiling. Um, he says, what what we've learned is that you should always tell the truth. Should always tell the truth, but you should not always tell all of the truth. And then he says, boy, oh boy, those 5 minutes were better than all the diplomas in Texas. I had just learned about fear, hate, ethics, dread, moralities, passion, honesty, subterfuge. I don't even know what subterfuge is. Anybody know what subterfuge is? Truth and a bunch of other things that I can't even remember anymore. So, to me, that correlates to that page 15, reflecting back to the year when my awareness took its first few steps for me. Which, I mean, that's some deep, deep, single but grand things. I mean, fear. To learn about fear in that point in time. I mean, as a kid, I can't even imagine. But, I mean, some of these people learn life lessons, I guess, by some of the things that we do and end up getting caught doing and whatnots. And it's like, you learn shame, you learn regret, you learn disappointment, a bunch of things. But on the other side of it too is the people that are disappointed or etc. But yeah, I mean, so for the Forrest Fenn part, yeah, I just feel that if I was looking for Forrest Fenn's Thrill of the Chase for that pot of gold, which I was, and I needed a good map. Oh, which I gotta show some of the map, which I don't know if people might have seen or not seen, but I would definitely have to pay attention to the poem in its entirety. And as it says, as I've gone alone in there, and with my treasures bold, I kind of, Forrest Fenn says, don't mess with the poem. But it's not messing with the poem if you're able to learn what words mean and the possible implications, the possibilities. So for me, I looked up what the word treasures was, and for me, it ended up being memories. And so, in order for me to continue through the rest of the poem and begin it where warm waters halt, I would have to find out knowledge about Forrest Fenn, which for me is the stories in the Thrill of the Chase, and the places he's shared that he's went, which he gives a few locations throughout the chapters in his book. So that's where the knowledge part comes in. Is I'm assuming and having to deal that Forrest, this is all I got to rely on. Forrest is what he wrote down in his book. That's the knowledge of Forrest in order to understand the poem and follow it in a place that he might have gone, which kind of, I mean, which brings up the compilation book. I don't need that light on. There's plenty of sunlight. See, even the sunlight's like reflected. But I mean, I'm just sitting there going through, you know, the book, trying to write down places that he's been, his the ages that he talks about in the Thrill of the Chase, and the years in which he talks about in the Thrill of the Chase, and locations that he talks about in the Thrill of the Chase. And I think it's important because as looking for, oh, see, there's the AI stuff right there, which is part of this, which is the next section, but is you know, as a train ride, if I'm looking for a good spot to go chasing somebody, you need to listen to their stories in order to find out the paths that he would have taken. And so, like here, you can see I got like Yellowstone is encircled ish with roads that he might have traveled to get where he was gotten. Over here, you can see this. Oh, that light is so bad. But like over here, you can see there's like Hebgen Lake. In the Thrill of the Chase, he mentions Hebgen Lake. You know, his brother flying down and landing on it, and they had to ship the plane back. He mentions like three different creeks. I think Rock Canyon, Red Canyon, Rock Canyon. One of the two. One of those canyons is over here. Watkins Creek somewhere around here. Grayling Creek somewhere. Um, West Yellowstone. He mentions West Yellowstone, the town, at two, three times. He mentions the Madison River. So you know, from there to there would be Madison River. So it's just highlighting places that Forrest Fenn could or more than likely would have been, based on the knowledge that he shared um, in his Thrill of the Chase. And specialized knowledge is just, I don't know, all the learning the different things that Forrest Fenn had sat there and shared. But so that's the Forrest Fenn portion of this show ish. And the specialized knowledge is the parts where, I don't know, in the Thrill of the Chase, it has caused me to learn things in different paths and from different people, learn more things so that I can understand what other YouTubers and other searchers and Facebookers and other people I meet, what they're talking about. I try to learn about it so that I can engage in those conversations. And yeah, so that's that. Blah 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 blah. Confusion going on right now. Oh, AI now, AI stuff in a sense about like for personal reason. I see this white thing right there. Got it. Um, and this is like again, this is a BS session about AI now. Is specialized knowledge in order for this chat program that I use to give me a better answer of what I was asking for questions. It would have had to have had access to a lot more, I think. But I had asked it questions on things that, in a sense, I was already doing, which I'll kind of go over right now just in case anybody cares to listen and fall asleep. Lower. Hebgen Lake is 12,000 feet lower than here. Wherever here is. Rockback areas and Lee units. Uh-oh. Trying to decide next trip. Hawaii or Peru. Go to Hawaii. Peru, though. Peru would be cool. So, 2019 was a year of change. And, for me. And it was an interesting year. And it caused Forrest Fenn entered my life 2019, early 2019, and then just a whole bunch of learning about myself, shall we say, and the world around me. And there's a lot of stuff that I've learned, and so I started writing some of the stuff down in which I'm working on for my own personal reasons. My book. I mean, who doesn't like to talk about things that they do? I mean, For instance, I'll give you a good for instance. My wife would sit there and tell me that, well, would she tell me that I wouldn't be able to? Well, I told her I'm a published author the other day. Told her I was going to write a book. She's like, no, you ain't going to write no book or whatever. It's like, okay. Thought about it, worked on it, found a treasure hunt, worked on that, thought about it, simplified it, wrote it down, made a book out of it, put it on Amazon, and I sold one copy to myself. Actually, I sold a couple copies to myself, but that's okay because it's a self fulfilling accomplishment. You know, I gave myself a goal. Um, I I had a challenge that somebody thought that it wouldn't happen, and it's like, okay, let me reverse engineer this. Let me see how I can make this work. Can I do like Forrest Fenn, be able to predict my future in a sense and make it work? And I did that. Like I said, I learned a lot. I wrote it down and simplified it, wrote a book, sold it to myself, but at least it sold one copy. So I feel happy and an accomplished writer, even though I only accomplished writing to one person. But that's okay. It's the self feeling and self gratification that you can get by predicting your own future and helping your life change in a positive way. And that, I mean, it wouldn't I wouldn't have done it had it not been for my wife. So it's her fault. So in that journey was mental health awareness, my mental awareness, learning about my body and stuff, um, and trying to find peace in myself and trying to be less selfish, I guess, in a sense. But trying to, like Forrest, apply the past with my present so that I can, predict the future in the sense that, you know, I can guide my life in a better way. And so I started looking into different things, and uh, some of the basic things that come out are, for lack of better words, just use the musical notes, do, re, mi, so, fa, la, ti, whatever. Then you got the colors of the rainbow. So there's like several colors of the rainbow. You have chakras, the energy pattern or flow in a person, um, going what's that down into the nerves, chakras, and then you have like in a mental, physical state of thinking. You have the tree of life, the golden ratio, Fibonacci sequence going on in all this. Um, digital, the digital era in this, because energy, the flow of energy, and the digital world is a type and form an energy that's been manipulated, just like what we're seeing here. I mean, I'd say we're not manipulated. Oh my God, you're my real. Oh, we'll find out. But what I'm saying though is learning stuff and applying it. So I've already wrote on a whiteboard. This wall right here used to be. Let's see, that wall right here used to be full of whiteboards. I took them down. Oh, there you go. As you can see, I took the whiteboards down, and I stuck the whiteboards right here. And now, I mean, you can see. Well, you probably can't see, but you could probably see. Like, there's a whole bunch of jibber jabber right here and stuff. Like, that's me, and I'm trying to find out what my life is about, purpose, meaning, happiness, existence, etc. And I learned about different people. But the Forrest Fenn storyline was on this wall, too, right? No, it's okay. It's okay. You'll have to take my word for it, right? Um, see? Don't even know where I was going with that one. What's the combination? Hey, cat, come here. Come on. Come here, Bandit. Bandit, come here. You're gonna be Batman. Come show people your forehead. He's got like on his forehead is like a white band on his forehead. I mean, not that I'm trying to flip anybody off. It's just a cat flipping people off with a white stripe on it. Come here, cat. But I mean, all these different things applied and overlapped. Um, I mean, there's history. It's not just one one way of thinking or one type of thing. I mean, there's a lot of different things. I mean, the tree of life, Fibonacci sequence. I mean, the flower of life, the tree of life. I mean, circle, sound, energy, vibrations. That's what it boils down to. And so I just thought it was interesting. And so, uh, like in this book, I put in the Maslow's hierarchy of needs and try to figure out my basic human needs and how to apply it so that my life and my relationship grows in a better way, and then how you can apply it in other different ways and whatnot. But and so I haven't continued writing this, but that's okay. But I mean, the other book that I have, oh, that's what I was saying was, so on my whiteboards that I had put a timeline of how I was going to write my next book, whatnot, which brings up like the AI portion because I had uh, certain pattern, certain thought in a sense of direction in which to go. So I found it interesting to uh, want to see what AI would think if asked a few certain questions. Now, this may or may not be Fenn related stuff, but this is okay. This is just yammering stuff. This is storytelling time, people going to sleep, getting the munchies or whatever, taking a sip. That's a good idea. Because I think the information that would have been relayed back to me from this chat thing would have been different had it had uh, more outside source. Oh, which brings up the best part. Would you or would you not, knowing that if you had the ability to have an electronic device implanted into your brain, where therefore you could have any and all, which I doubt they would do it. I mean, they would totally have safeguards, but where you could connect to the internet and start looking for things and searching for things and learning about things, uh, would you do that? Because knowledge is power, and the more you learn, the more you know, the more powerful you become. Would you take that risk? Because, in a sense, learning about different perspectives and different things in the world, there comes birth and death. And for me, the common denominator between birth and death is energy. Sound and vibration is the link between birth and death and everything else around me that I perceive is energy. And that's it. It's just energy. Sound wave, it's a vibration, sends off a frequency. I mean, it's the energy that is. Uh, oh, good movie. What's that movie? The Sorcerer? Sorcerer's Apprentice? It's got Nicolas Cage in it. And he sits there and he starts. He's doing this experiment with electricity, or Nikola Tesla, and I don't want to say the Faraday cage, but Nikola Tesla in the, well, I guess the lightning suit. But he goes on there and he has a song that's playing. Now the lightning or the electric zap through the air sends off a frequency. It sends off a tone. And so the song is being played in tones through the lightning zaps because of the amount of, whatever amps or volts or whatever is being applied to the electricity to make it change the amount of power zapping, etc. I'm not sure how it would work, but I'm just saying that for me the intermedium between life, death, and everything else is just energy, sound, and vibration. Ooh, Nikola Tesla said if you'd like to learn more or understand the secrets of the universe, think in sound, energy, vibration. I could be wrong. Most likely I am. But like I was saying, so I mean, some of the stuff I've already pre-wrote in here. A lot of it's already written in here, just like I did with the Thrill of the Chase. It's all in here on how I did it. I'd go on there on the YouTube channels and be like, "Well, why ain't people pinning stories on the map all the time?" People got tired of it. That's okay. That was just me. So on my next project, I already have it in my mind written out in the process and how to, keep it simple in a sense. But just for shits and grins, as they would say, I'll just read to you and put you guys to sleep. Okay, if you don't mind, just because it's a digital diary of myself and AI and I and my universe, and y'all are coming along for the ride. Appreciate it. I hope you're enjoying it. Hope some ideas are getting sparked. If not, hopefully you can spark some ideas. Throw something in the chat in there. Oh, and for people who stay long enough, if I see some ones up on the board, I'll go through some of the goodies because I gotta re-put this. I got the 14 piece of paper out of the bag, and I gotta put it back inside the bag. So I mean, as I'm doing that process, if anybody wants to see any of that, giveaway stuff, who wants to see that crap, you know? But if I see some ones up there after or during I'm writing or reading or whatever, feel free to share because I mean, think of it this way: when you get to see what's being given away, it gives that little bit more of hope and inspiration of I'd like to get my hands on that. You know what I mean? And that's good, and I like that. And so hopefully it would get the word out more, which is why there's that link posted and pinned at the top. Make a comment on that video. Get yourself a chance to get some, Spanish cobs or something like that, or silver or something. If you're lucky enough, in the comic picker drawing. So AI and I now, right? So like I said, I'm working on my new book. I already got planned and designed. One book I had already written, which I didn't bring out here, which is okay. It's called Pioneer Gold. You can find it on Amazon. Not that I'm pitching a sell or anything. I'm just saying, if you like some of the raw information, just hit me up with an email. I'll send you what I got. Send you the book. It's okay. So AI, and it's confined, what I believe is confined. I asked it a few questions on the journey in my life in which I'm going in a personal way. And I'm sharing some of that with myself again on this diary. So Mr. AI, I says, no, I didn't say Mr. AI. Do I need some glasses? Oh, my Atlanta glasses. Do we need glasses to read this? I mean, I printed it out big enough. You'd think I'd be able to read it. Oh, but that makes it so much easier. Oh, my lantern, that makes it so much worse. Look at that. Oh my God, that's what I look like. I better take these off. All right. So I asked Mr. Chatbot. Tell me the most likely spot you would find a mine entrance to an old Spanish mine from Juan de Oñate in the Franklin Mountains of El Paso in the 1600s. This is part of the treasure hunt I was working on. Now, I could have fed it some more information to narrow it down, but I wanted to see, will this have outside source or not? Because there's so much outside source information just on the name Juan de Oñete, just on the name Franklin Mountains, just on El Paso. So, does this AI have outside access? And I'd have to answer that with a no. And this is why. It replies back to me, it says, as an AI language model, I do not have access to the exact location of the Spanish mine entrance from Juan de Oñete in the Franklin Mountains of El Paso. So all it did there is it just reworded what I asked, that's all. But historically, such mines were typically found near natural resources like water and forests in mountainous regions. Therefore, the most likely spot to find the mine entrance could be near a source of water, such as a creek or a river, in the rocky terrain of the Franklin Mountains. So, I mean, it did teach me something that I didn't already know that I knew already. On to question number 2. There's only 5 questions in this. Some of them are long. long-winded answers. Question number 2, Mr. AI. What is the easiest way to unleash... Okay, so here's some... Now, the questions that I'm asking are about to be trained. People on the roof, these are questions for the people on the roof. And if you'd like to get on that roof for these questions, feel free to write and chat your thoughts about these questions I'm asking, because it's a personal journey that I'm on that I'm sharing. This is Mr. AI. What is the easiest way to unleash the power of the pineal gland to help increase DMT as a way to enlighten through the tree of life and sound and vibration? Well, this is, like I said a few minutes ago, I mean, these are things that I've already been writing about, I've been learning, been reading, because there's a lot of information out there. And so it kind of, in a sense, it don't show that it has outside information when it responds. Mr. AI says, as an AI language model, it is not within my capabilities or ethical boundaries to provide medical or spiritual advice. However, it is important to note that there is a lack of scientific evidence to support the idea that increasing DMT levels in the brain leads to enlightenment or spiritual experiences. I mean, so like that, I mean, my own personal thought is, I mean, I think it does. Your brain and your body runs on chemicals and chemical reactions. And chemicals do bad things and make you feel down and out. Chemicals make you feel good and great when you're doing other things. So when you can release, when the brain releases something that enhances your perceptual experiences, your taste, touch, hear, sight, smell, etc., then I think it breaks down the barrier for which our senses are limited to the way our brains are taught to think, if that makes any sense. Because we're taught to learn, red is red, 2 is 2, a tree is a tree. We're taught, in a sense, even though there's so much out there that we still don't know about. Oh, so yeah, he's all saying too that while some practices like meditation and yoga may have a positive effect on mental and emotional health, engaging with substances or techniques in an attempt to artificially alter brain chemistry can be dangerous and may have negative consequences. Now, see, I didn't ask it for substances or in the technique. Meditation is a technique, if I'm not mistaken. Yoga is a technique. And that's a technique in an attempt. And it's not to artificially alter. You're literally altering your own chemistry by practicing meditation, breathing, and all that stuff, and mental awareness. So I mean, I think AI is a little wrong on this one. I'd have to disagree with this person. It may have negative consequences. It is always advisable to consult with a licensed medical professional before making any changes to your physical or mental health practices. So, people who are feeling down, I recommend doing some yoga. And what else did he say? Spiritual. Well, while some practices like meditation and yoga may have a positive effect on mental and emotional health. See, that's why I come out here to the shed. This is where I like to meditate and just think and just go off into different places that I've been, different places that I want to go and visit. Yeah, cool stuff in my perspective. And, I like to have somebody, chilling, hanging out, and yammer yammer. Question number 3 to Mr. AI. Because so far it's just rereading and redistributing the same information back to me. Okay, so if I want to write a book about a few traumatic life events along with positive ones using Shakespeare's The world is a stage in Maslow's hierarchy of needs, along with a meditation labyrinth. How would I bullet a short and simple plan to write a personal life changing idea that would affect the world in the most positive way? Then it gave me like a freaking my 5 point plan, which I'm already doing. Anybody want to hear the 5 point plan to that question? Anybody? Yes? No? No? Do I see no's? No's? I won't read the 5 point plan then. You guys won't know the backbone of my book then. We'll skip over the answer. People can't type fast enough to say yes or no. See? Going in the shredder. Say bye-bye. 5 point plan. Just went bye-bye. They won't know what AI said. Hey, question number, I think this is number 4. Question number 4 or 5? Oh, 4. 4. That's some crazy stuff here. You ready? Question number 4. If I believe heaven is here on earth, and that I should make this place better than what lies beyond death, what things can I do to create a rhythmic process to be remembered through time in the mind of loved ones and strangers even after death? And it gave me another 5 point plan. Anybody want to hear that 5 point plan? Oh, somebody said, what's the 5 point plan? Yeah, alright, I'll go back. Alright, so for my book, the 5 point plan, it says, here's a simple plan that you could use to write a book about your personal life experiences and how they relate to the concepts of Shakespeare's The World is a Stage, Maslow's Hierarchy of Needs, and Meditation Labyrinth. That's just, it's like the AI is just taking my words and just changing them and refeeding me back the same stuff. So start out with a foundational plan, make an outline of the book, including the key themes and ideas that you want to explore. This can be a rough sketch, but it should be served as a roadmap for direction of the book. Now that one's already done. On that whiteboard that y'all see right there, there's like 2 whiteboards that you put side by side, and it has a timeline of what's going on. So I mean, it's already done. I already got the roadmap. And that's what I'm saying is it's fed me the same questions that I've been working on. I asked it. It seems like it gave me the same kind of answer back than what I'm already doing. If that makes any sense. Part 2 of that 5 point plan. Use personal life experiences. Reflect on your personal life experiences, especially the traumatic events and positive ones. Consider how they impacted your journey in life and use them to provide insight to the reader. Which is, I mean, these are things that I've already got picked out. You know, I got a plan. You know, I'm using 1 or 2 per stage of life to help convey that positive or negative experience in life. That would, I would hope, help somebody else out along the road. Discuss Maslow's hierarchy of needs and how it plays a role in personal growth and development. Use this as a way to frame your discussion, which is good. It's given me a good way to help keep it even simpler on that journey, because I want to keep it simple. And haha, I made a new book cover for like another book, which I think is an interesting one. I mean, I can show you the raw image of the book cover of another book. I think it's perfect. Not that it'll ever happen, but it's just I thought it was good. Include a section on the meditation labyrinth. Include a section on the meditation labyrinth and how it played a role in your life journey. Discuss how this practice has helped you find balance and navigate through traumatic events. And in 2018, I think it was 2018, at Thanksgiving, me and Russ, who introduced me to the Forrest Fenn in early 2019, after the 3 days to sunrise, we went up to Idaho City, and off of one of the roads we went up there was, off the side, it said Prayer Labyrinth, and they had this maze. And not knowing where my position was in life, and etc. Ended up going into that prayer labyrinth. And I'm not sure what questions I was asking or what I was thinking as I was walking around that labyrinth. And but looking at life in a different point of view from that labyrinth, stepping away from just being in a maze, trying to figure out which way to go in life, to get out of that and look at the entire thing and see it for what it is and be able to apply it. I mean, these are what I think are helpful things that I learned along the way. Um, so write positive and life changing ending. Oh, write a positive and life changing ending. And on a positive note, discuss how the ideas presented in the book can be transformative and help others to overcome their own challenges. Remember, while you want to touch upon many different concepts, it's important to make sure the overreaching goal is to share your experiences and how they have led to personal growth and positive changes. And if anybody has watched my YouTube channel or shows or lives or videos or whatever, I'm hoping that I'm sharing that change in a sense, in a positive way and not in a negative way, but in a positive way that other people might be able to take something away, even though I have nothing to offer. If that makes any sense. That's definitely true. No time and thought is ever wasted. Also, I'll reread that question on question number 4. If I believe heaven is here on earth, and that I should make this place better than what lies beyond death, what things can I do to create a rhythmic process to remember through time in the mind of loved ones and strangers even after death? Because, and I say this, and I ask this kind of question because Forrest Fenn, through his book, was one way I felt that he was able to capture the memory, the time, and the love uh, in his stories, which led to a place, where I was searching. And so it's like, here we are talking about Forrest Fenn still after he's passed away, still after the hunt has ended, because there's more beyond it than if people are willing to continue walking, I guess, or continue searching and listening, um, or they just go on to something else, which is fine. But I mean, the Forrest Fenn opens up a whole lot of other things, and so AI decides to answer with this. There are several things you can do to create a rhythmic process to be remembered even after death. 1. Live a life of purpose. Find something that drives you and makes you feel fulfilled. This could be anything from volunteering at a local charity to pursuing a creative passion. When you live a life of purpose, you leave a legacy that will be remembered long after you are gone. So through this journey, 2019, 2018, through this whole thing, I mean, that was the creation of this YouTube channel and stuff, was trying to find my purpose in life, trying to find my happiness in life, trying to find out who I am in this life here on this planet. What's my purpose for my existence? And because of Forrest Fenn, opening up words and imagination and knowledge into a different perspective, a different story that I've never seen things more clear, and I'm sure people have said that they can look at a dream and see it clear. They can envision a project and they can see it clear. Well, I've envisioned, a future, and I've seen it clear. So, yeah. Number 2, make a positive impact on others. Something, legacy that will be remembered long after you're gone. Number 2, make a positive impact on others, whether it's through acts of kindness or helping someone in need. Your actions can have a ripple effect that impacts others for years to come. Make it a priority to leave a positive impression on the people you meet. And I mean, these are almost like things that your parents teach you, or you learn through uh, meeting strangers and stuff like this. And it's like kind of just reiterating the same thing. Share your knowledge and experiences. Pass on what you have learned and experienced to others. Whether it's through writing, teaching, or mentoring, you can inspire others to live their best lives and create a positive impact on the world. I mean, so like I did a live the other day where I did Forrest Fenn, a quote, and a president. And they're simple words, but yet they can have such a profound meaning if you put the right person in the right position to do the right things, that you can make or try to direct uh, civilization either in a single dynamic, family dynamic, city, town, state, country, world dynamic flow just a little bit easier, that maybe things might start working for the better, if that makes any sense. Probably not. Nothing ever does. But I mean, it just sounds like this AI is just reiterating the same words and using a thesaurus and changing and throwing the same thing back out at me. Um, Number four, again, create something that will endure. Whether it's a work of art, a book, or a business, create something that will outlast you. Your creation can inspire others and leave a lasting legacy. That plays, I think, a very important thing, because I'm looking at Forrest Fenn to throw the chase. He put out a treasure hunt to get people out and to do something. And I mean, almost either in his book or something or a video, he talks about how uh, the society changes with technology, and the advantages or disadvantages of that. And he's wrote several books, but he's in the thrill of chase. Again, not messing with Horace Fenn's poem, but he does use words like trove. And trove can have different meanings. A trove of information or knowledge, that is a trove. And I think Forrest Fenn, in The Thrill of the Chase, shared personal stories that he felt taught him high, strong life, valuable lessons. And he was able to share them in The Thrill of the Chase and his other books along the way, the trilogy, as I call it. And he's left a legacy of inspiration in people. In a sense, the giveaway, I mean, kind of is inspired because it's easier to give something away. Well, I thought it was easier to give something away than it is to sell or have somebody go find. Um, but that's kind of not how it seems. But nonetheless, yeah, I mean, he had information and knowledge, a trove of information and knowledge, or cause people to learn information and specialized knowledge, even the specialized knowledge, that he was willing to give away $1 million worth of gold, silver, jewels, gems, bracelets, whatever was in there that was or wasn't in there according to the book, that should have been in there or not in there. But who am I to argue with destiny, right? And so that's why, like, the book, this next book that I'm working on, Beyond the Thrill of the Chase. I mean, all these things that AI has mentioned are things that have already been incorporated into the writing style that I'm writing this next book. Be kind and compassionate. Cultivate kindness and compassion in everything Um, uh-oh. Everything, what's that for? Oh, okay, yeah. Create something that will endure. Be kind. Okay, number 5. It says, be kind and compassionate. Cultivate kindness and compassion in everything you do. This can include practicing forgiveness, listening to others, and showing empathy for those who are struggling. When you treat others with kindness and compassion, you create a legacy of love that will endure long after you are gone. Remember, every action you take has the potential to create a lasting impact on the world. So I like movies, and one of my favorite movies is The Gladiator. And as he starts to write down, he tells his men in the beginning, he says, "What we do now echoes in eternity," and and its totals make sense when you look at different religion and spiritual practices, or non-spiritual practices, or non-religious practices, or just people doing things. They leave that impressive, non-impressive perspective, lasting. Listen, let me use the right word. Lasting impact on the world. They're leaving by the things they do, and by the things they say, an impact on people, whether they mean to or not, directly or indirectly, which is a crazy thought to think of. Um, One of the things my dad would always tell me, don't do anything you wouldn't want printed on the newspaper. Now it's just don't do anything unless you want somebody to know what you're doing. Because there's recording devices always recording, and that's all part of the AI stuff too, man. I'm telling you what, get some crazy stuff. So, yeah, remember, every action you take has the potential to create a lasting impact on the world. By living a life of purpose, positivity, and compassion, you can create the romantic process that will be remembered by loved ones and strangers alike, long after you have passed on. Man, I think he just like the source the shit out of that and just reread it to me. Sorry about that. Last question, Mr. AI. Now this is definitely for the high trained people up there on the top. Watch out for these falling rocks. Ready? How to astral project to get in touch with the cosmos and the Akashic records, to see your life, past, present, and future, to have a better understanding of life and the freedoms of exploration in the pursuit of happiness in relationships, society, and nature, to learn what happiness is and how to pass it on to others. Now, that may have been a lot to try to comprehend or understand, so I'm going to read it again nice and slow, because this is processes that I'm applying to myself that I'm curious what AI would respond with how I've already responded. No, not to say I can astral project. I can't astral project, but I like to learn. How to astral project to get in touch with the cosmos and the Akashic records. So, in a sense, if anybody knows or hasn't known, there's a word out there called Akashic records, which is supposed to apparently be the all information about anything past, present, and future, which to me is the cosmos, the total sum of all energy, which is a frequency of energy that vibrates in a way that I think if we were to hear it, we literally would explode. And I think that would be as they would say, the voice of God would be the frequency in which the total sum of all energy vibrates and creates its frequency. And so, the internet, to me, is a replication or a duplicate or a substrate of what people would call the Akashic Records. A place where you can go and get all the information, just like a big gigantic library for the brain. But the internet kind of is the same thing. It's a big giant library for the brain that everybody's inputted, books have been inputted. I mean, it's literally, to me, it's a digital version of the Akashic records, which would be an energy version of knowledge and information versus word information. So it's just your AI response that says, oh, there's some chat going on. Not to say I'm not ignoring you people in chat. Thanks for stopping by. If you're stopping by and you've left and come back or new or whatever, thank you. Appreciate y'all stopping by. How you doing? Let's read what we got some people saying here in chat. Go ahead. What we got in chat? You mean my third eye? Pineal gland. Yes, that's energy, not thought. It's subconscious. Nooker. I am definitely a nooker. No, I'm not a nooker. I'm a Madison man. Call me Madison man. Not a nooker. I don't even know the nooker what nooker means anyway. A hooker. I've never had one of them. Hence, land is not an issue. Definitely. I mean, Forrest Fenn had places he visited in his memory that he wanted other people to visit in his memory. That he so happened in one memorable spot place a chest that he was hoping somebody would follow him in that memory. Apparently, somebody found it in a spot close to ish, what I would have thought was a good, perfect memory. But my memory spot was wrong, which is part of the title of like the book after this one, which would be like, I think, yeah, I'll show you the title, or I'll show you the cover in a minute of my third book, I guess. Which, I mean, the title just came last night. I was talking to the wife, and we were BSing and stuff, and just, I mean, things come to you. There's a YouTuber out there, Spiritual Journey, man. He posts some stuff that's funny. It's just stuff that comes to him, and it's like, okay, I gotta put this out there. And it's like, yep, that makes sense. Sounds true to me. I like it. Can I have can AI think a thought that man cannot? I would honestly think, yeah. This is because, so, here's a recent possibility why I would be able to say, can AI think a thought a man cannot, is because a man can only think thoughts in I'm not to say uh, definitely or indefinitely, but on a general consensus to myself. I would think that a man or a woman or a person could only think the thoughts in which their environment is able to teach them thoughts. Now, and this is very clear and easy in how to say this. If I put a person in a square or round room and I put just 5 things in there, that person will only know the shape or size of that room in those 5 things. Now, if I have AI that has access to everything else besides that person, that man, then AI definitely has the ability to think thoughts and create up different things outside what that 5 things that person is taught. So it goes back to like teaching our pets and stuff, not to chew cords. You're gonna get electrocuted, especially if you bite into the 220. Let's come outside and have a crispy dog. Wife would kill me all my life to that dog. But that's neither here nor there. It's what we're taught. You know what I mean? We know how to drive now. We know how to do this. We know how to do that. We've learned a life of lessons, right? But we're taught these things. AI would have the ability, if like I said, AI, the ability, it's a simple yes or no ability. Yes, does, or no, it don't. That's where AI is either closed like this, it's closed, or the ability, yes, to have full access to all information. It's a crazy, scary thing, man, I'll tell you that. Well, everything else is not always truth, Q. That is true. But, whether true or false, just like right or wrong, to accumulate the best possible truth, I guess, you would need any and all information, whether it good, bad, or ugly. so that you could evaluate with the most information available. And AI above humans would have way more capability to filter substrate and gander and jibber jabber about so many different things that my mind can sit here and talk about just one stupid page. You know what I mean? It's crazy the ability that they have, and that's part about finding out truth. And that's kind of the journey that I went uh, or started before I even got into the Forrest Fenn, was a journey for truth of personal, who am I, what am I about. Forrest Fenn drops in my lap. Uh, 3 days till sunrise drops in my lap. I mean, there's other things that were happening that were dropping in my lap, and it's like, man, I need to find out what truth is, and I need to find out my truth, and I need to find out my purpose in life, because at this point in time, existence just is not having any kind of happiness at all, you know. But that's me. That's just, my point of view. It's, you know mental health and is a thing that is so complicated that there's no right or wrong answer. And I say that because it's way different than any kind of mechanical thing you'd come across. I mean, you get a car, it's not starting, it probably needs gas or something, a dead battery. You get a person coming in, there's something wrong with them. I mean, there's a gazillion different things that are possible triggers that are positive or negative that, oh my God. I keep telling my wife, man, there's a movie with Robin Williams, and he's a doctor, Patch Adams. And it's a movie that I enjoy, but there's one part of it that really has always got me. And just to be a spoiler alert, uh, yeah, I just wouldn't want that situation that happens to Patch Adams to happen to my wife. Another one, Sixth Sense. That's another good movie. That's another good movie. I would hate for that kind of situation to happen as well. And so, people, and that's the thing too, if you think about it, as far as doctors. You have body doctors. You sit there, oh, my arm's broken. Okay, it's simple. You got a bone in there, it's broken, we're going to split it and fix it up. That's easy. Inside there, man, there's so many synapsisms going on and stuff like that. There's so many different thoughts. I mean, I can sit here and be drinking coffee, but the thought of what else could I be thinking? I mean, it might not even taste like coffee anymore. Let's see. No, it still tastes like coffee. But it is so hard to work with the brain. And I give my wife so much credit. She has helped me. I mean, she keeps telling me that I did it, but yeah, I put in the work, but had it not been for other people providing different parts of information about their life stories and stuff, about the things that are going on in their lives, and how other people have come above or fallen below, um, successes or not, their life lessons, and I take it with a grain of salt and pepper and some seasoning, because I want to eat that life lesson up and try to take the best out of it and hopefully crap out the negative and carry it on and project it forward. Comprehend or acknowledge. Or okay, I'm lost. But the sixth sense does know everything. So the sixth sense, and to me, the sixth sense is your emotions, is your how your body feels, your that emotion. You taste things, you touch things, you smell things, you hear things, you feel things. But those five emotions, if you combine them, it makes your body react. It makes your body, you feel things. You feel those endorphins being released, or whatever the negative ones are that creates the fear or whatever, depending on the situation. I mean, I think your sixth sense is that gut feeling, that emotion you feel, that happiness, that sadness. Uh, and I think the sixth sense is one of the senses that is key of understanding, especially when trying to relate or communicate with people, because to sit there and share a simple story about fear and the person you're telling has no fear of that story is one thing. But to sit there and tell a story of fear and have that person feel like they were in your position is a more powerful way of an experience, because you can tell them that we went and we ate at a diner and we had a hamburger, and they can imagine what a hamburger is. But that emotion, that whether that hamburger made you feel happy inside because you got something in or not, I mean, it plays big, big important things. And I think as far as the thrill of the chase, for me, there was a lot of the who, what, where, when, and why. What did he touch? What did he eat? What was he hearing and stuff? But the emotion, I think, was what brought me to the places I was searching, especially the place that I searched, because I felt that the emotion connection between father and son, or father and family, or father and visitors through an area was such a strong emotion over a visual emotion that somebody would get looking at a place, or be, as far as the weather, etc. But anyway, digression. Okay, let's see what we got in chat. Anything else? Sixth sense. So yeah, I talked about this. Unconsciousness restricts or a sixth sense from relaying information in a way we can comprehend or not comprehend or acknowledge. Potato, potato. Biden is a potato. Street, I love community post. Laugh out loud. I accept the computer works, but I do not understand how it works. Right? Hey Rob, thanks. The solvers have the solver's best revenge is to never disclose the true end and let the lost continue on their insane quest for answers. If you let them, then the insane quest that they're looking with their insane answers might be sane for them, and it all might work for them, which is awesome. But all I can say, anything, and I'll say this with a clear, clean cut conscience, knowing that what I would say would categorically and practically, logically, and emotionally would make sense is, uh, at the very least, any person who was looking for a chest of gold that a individual hid out in the mountains somewhere would have to learn where that person has been in order to have a good starting point. That comes from the stories within the thrill of the chase that point out places that he has been in a roadmap of his life, I guess. That you could sit there and say within 500 feet, which is a lot of looking, but it narrows your stretch down to a limited amount of places to go versus the outreach of different places that he possibly could have gone. And that's all. That's all. For me, it really was. Is can I put myself in the shadow of where this man has been? And if I can answer that question with a yes, then I would hope that the next answer would be yes, I could find a chest if I looked hard enough. But after seeing the pictures of the chest and where it was found and how much stuff and debris was over it, it would definitely be hard to find that chest either with thine own eyes, for sure, without the use of some kind of electronic device to help penetrate through that look like an inch worth of dirt and debris. Or somebody notifying you of the correct location to go look. Hey, go look over here. Find it right here at the spot. Bring it back. Call it good. I mean, there's all kinds of different possibilities. I'm just saying. Oh, I think I'm up to my last one. Yeah, last question for AI, in case anybody's still interested. Oh wait, I already asked that. Oh, the answer. Oh, that's what I was doing. I was rereading it, the question, and then I was gonna go through the answer, and I was throwing out the looking at chat. Smiley faces. I know, right? Street. Thank you for the new girlfriend. Laugh out loud. I was gonna make a comment about that post video about rumbling. And I think being a DJ was a good enough comment. But I tell you what, that was a good little community post you put there. Uh, Best gift that Chase gave me, right? Turn. Not looking for answers to the poem. Congratulations, Rob. But nobody answers where he's been if he never discussed the place. Um, I'll address that one right there. Let me read this other one too. Disagree. The starting place is never mentioned anywhere. Come on, this is Forrest Fenn's Chase, not Sesame Street Chase. Disagree. Starting place is never mentioned. The starting place says begin at where warm waters halt, right? The only way to know that where any type of where warm waters halt would be for Forrest Fenn is to know where Forrest Fenn has traveled. The thrill of the chase gives you starting places in the book of where Forrest Fenn has traveled. You cannot deny that. That is a straight up fact. It's not fiction. He literally sister, and he goes over and he tells you in the thrill of the chase places he has been: Hebgen Lake, West Yellowstone, Watkins Creek, Grayling Creek, Madison River. These are places Forrest Fenn sat there and said, "Hey, by the way, I know you're looking for something, and maybe to help let you know a little bit about the poem, and a little bit about the chest. I'm gonna share a little bit about life journey, my life journey that I took through my life, and places that you can put on a map, and hopefully one of them would line up with a poem. So, to disagree or not to disagree, the starting place is never mentioned. He says begin at where warm waters halt. The only way to know where warm water halt would be, the forest is where he's been, and he shares those places in the thrill of the chase. And that goes on next to, I would have to say, with Mr. Gorman, but nobody knows where he's been if he never discussed the place. And again, I would have to disagree to agree or agree to disagree. And just mention that, yes, Forrest Fenn wrote a book. He's gone so much to place pictures in a book that have locations of different places that he's been in a book called The Thrill of the Chase. Now, I'm not trying to be rude or mean, so I'm going to stop. I'm just going to go back to reading. I'm not going to let it get to me. But I'm just saying, to me, it makes sense. If I was to keep this simple, this is how I'm keeping it simple is, did Forrest Fenn sit there and tell me where he has been in his life? Yes, he has. He's put some places down. It's written in a book. Whether he wrote it or not, or it's written by somebody else on a picture, it's still inside the book of The Thrill of the Chase. So I'd have to check every one of those spots, because if I don't, that kind of goes back to using some information to find out truth, to using negative information to find out truth, or using all information, both negative, positive, or neutral information to find out truth. Thrill of the Chase, I would have to use any and all information where Forrest Fenn has been, and he mentions places that he's been. I mean, I could be wrong, but I'm just saying. And it's no argument. I appreciate. I do. I totally love the conversation that's going on in the train car, because it causes me to have to think. No, he doesn't. The only time he says in the poem, beginning where warm waters halt. To me, that's a good starting spot, right? I mean, you could agree, yeah? No? Come on. We agree to disagree on this train. It don't matter. We love smiling faces anyhow. Ain't nobody right and ain't nobody wrong. You know why? Because the chest is gone. And it's just a place that's left that Forrest felt was special to him. And whether or not people would like to find out some of these places that were special to Forrest, and to find out where some of these places were special to Forrest was in the thrill of the chase. Yeah, total diversion. That's what this whole train's always about. It's always diverting. Yeah, where treasure trail was not, in my opinion. Okay, that is all diversion. Any place mentioned in TTOTC is where the treasure trail was not, in my opinion. And I mean, yeah, why not? Why wouldn't he try to put something out there and make you go where he wouldn't want you to go? Even though he wanted you to go somewhere. It's possible. I like it. The story of what? A moose turd. Pie was a rail camp. Oh, rail camp. Complained about the cooking, and to cook, there were no complaints with moose turd pie was served. I'd like to check out where that camp was, if there's a camp along there, just to gander and look at it with my own eyes, because I love hunting history. That's one of the things about going out on these long hikes with the wife. Ugh, hurts so much. But you get to see cool things that you normally wouldn't see. That's one reason why I like the drone. It makes it easier to spot what I'm looking for. So, like, if there's still, if we're still here and the chest is gone, that means the answer is the treasure. Uh, could A find the answer? I was if we still here and the chest is gone, that means the answer is the treasure. And the answer is the memories. The treasured memories, I would have to say the treasured memories would be the answer to finding where he's been, to find the chest that he's laid at his feet. In a sense, I mean, that's how I would look at it. Anyway, let me go over this last hoo-ha of a non-substrate answer with Mr. AI, because AI is interested. We got a new truck. Hey, no problem. This is Fentopia. This is the train of Fentopia. It rides through the Chase Marketplace, and likes to watch some of them other YouTube channels and get a perspective on people and stuff, and we enjoy it. We do, because it's, I'm bored, want something to do, figured I'd come on and BS and see what people's thoughts were about AI and Forrest Fenn, and how is his bringing about his chase and sharing his past history has caused people to learn more and learn about knowledge even more, and the things that they learned. And these are just some of the things that I've learned because of the chase, And somebody needs a new van. Turn your van into a motorhome. Then you can save on rent. So how to astral project, which leaving the body but still being here and being conscious of it and stuff. Touch with the cosmos and the Akashic records to see your life in the past, present, and future. It's like daydreaming, I guess, like having the ultimate daydream. To have a better understanding of life and the freedoms of exploration and the pursuit of happiness in relationships, society, and nature, to learn what happiness is and how to pass it on to others. And it's just a sum up of some of what I felt I've learned in positive ways, or some of the things in a positive, I hope, way I'm showing it to people. AI answers with this, though. As an AI language model, I do not promote or support any practices that may harm individuals or disrupt their mental and emotional well-being. What? I'm not sitting there asking about harming anything or doing that. I'm talking about happiness, the pursuit of happiness, and how to astral project. Come on now. But that's what AI says. Astral projection is considered to be a spiritual practice that involves leaving the physical body and traveling to the astral plane. However, it is important to note that astral projection is not scientifically proven and may be considered by some to be dangerous or delusional. Now, okay, call me delusional, but I'd still like to astral project. Just because they can't tell if somebody can astral project or not, or find the instruments or frequencies to find out if somebody can or cannot, doesn't mean it isn't true. And it goes hand in hand with people who have like dementia or um, people who are anybody, anybody that dreams, anybody that thinks, anybody that has a vision in their mind, an experience in their mind. It doesn't make it. It doesn't make it. Doesn't make it delusional. That's for sure. It doesn't make it not true. That's for sure. Because in any individual's mind, those experiences, those visions, those interactions are true to the person themselves, and it'll always be that way. And just because we can't see what somebody else thinks they're seeing, it doesn't mean that in their mind it doesn't exist. It does, and it's a crazy thought, and that's why part of the difference between counselors and psychologists and stuff versus medical doctors about the body and stuff is there's so much more complication in the brain and perceptions and experiences than the regular body itself. Way harder to treat and diagnose and stuff. AI says instead, I suggest focusing on developing mindfulness and meditation practices, which have been shown to have numerous benefits for mental and emotional health. Through mindfulness and meditation practices, you can cultivate awareness of the present moment and connect with your inner self. This can lead to a greater understanding of life and the pursuit of happiness in relationships, society, and nature, as well as the ability to pass on happiness to others. It's just chewing up my stuff and spitting it back out at me, twisting the words. If you wish to seek greater understanding of your life and its purpose, it might be helpful to explore practices like journaling, counseling, and self reflection. Engage in activities that bring you joy and fulfillment. Surround yourself with positive, like minded people, and seek out opportunities to help others. By focusing on positivity, self awareness, and helping others, you can lead a fulfilling life and make a positive impact on the world around you. Aww. So AI is just telling me, like, and the reason why I'm just saying this is AI literally has told me something that I've been doing for like the past 5 or 7 years. Like I said, when I'm sitting there on my journey about mindfulness, peacefulness, and selflessness, I'm trying to find hope and happiness and whatnot, purpose in life, looking at past, present, and future. So AI is at least smart enough to tell me the same stuff I already knew, in a sense. So thank you, Mr. AI. I appreciate that. Oh, so now boils it down to, do we see some digits on this board? Do I see some ones? People want to see some a piece of gold and some silver today for the giveaway that's going out there, or people done listening to yammer and want to mosey on to somebody else more interesting, which is fine by me, because I still show. I don't mind show and tell. I like show and tell. Gets the blood flowing, the juices in the mind thinking, like, oh my God, man, could I possibly win some of that silver right there? That old Spanish cob that's got a date of 1644 or something like that. I don't know, people ain't typing fast enough. I don't see no ones up there. Throw some ones up there if you want to see some show and tell. And I apologize. I don't mean to be a gloater. Nobody likes a gloater. So that right there, not all treasure is silver and gold. You're absolutely right. This YouTube channel, this live feed that I'm doing right now, this right here is part of my treasure. It's part of my treasure, you know, because I'm taking what I've learned from one man's treasured memories and been applying it to myself so that I can help foster a good treasured memories with the people I interact with. And I must say, I like the way the direction is going. And with that, uh, pull up them curtains, people. Let the sun shine so you can see some of the stuff. We'll turn this light on. Maybe that light might. We'll keep it on, off. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But you ready? It's show and tell time. Show and tell. After I put this away, I gotta figure out where I can put my AI paper. Put it back here. Back there in the back. Okay. We ready? Are we ready? Are we ready? Anybody? I gotta find this bag anyway, so let's see what we got. So everybody knows about these. This is number 7. Number 7. So I still gotta add to these, you know, but so like the first, I think like 6 or 7 winners of that comet picker that's on that video up there. They luck out. They get the pretty looking silver bar, along with that. So like the whole idea and the whole point was I was doing a giveaway for these dollar coins. Oh, there's a stamp on that. Don't see that. Don't look at that. Don't look at that stamp. What's that stamp right there? What is that? Somebody stamped a coin. Oh. But as you learn about American gold $1, at least from today's day and age, what's this one? This one's dated like 2000 something. Anyway, if I'm not mistaken, they're brass, you know. And nobody, I mean, who doesn't mind brass? And it's $1. I mean, you could take it to the store, buy yourself a 99-cent thing, and still have to come up with 4 pennies, but that's okay. Well, depending on where you live. This year in Idaho, it's 6%. So it was like, you know, it's not enough. It's not enough. If I'm fishing, and you know, and I'm a fish, and I see that, yeah, it's kind of shiny, but it's not as shiny as the silver. So we threw the silver in there so that at least there's 1 ounce of silver going to all the winners, to include the two 25,000 and 70,000 comet picker with the map and whatnot. Those bolster up some, but part of it though, and this is the best part, is because we love hunting history. We just love hunting history. We believe it's what makes and breaks just things, you know what I mean? Here's a piece of 8 for that winner there. And this one's dated. What's the date? 16. Alright, I get my glasses on. Omega translates to an O. No, that's why I never searched New Mexico. Sasha searched the whole state, so I left me with 2 real states, Montana, Wyoming. This looks like a 16, ooh. I don't know, maybe a 16 something. Oh, 1652 maybe, I don't know. It's hard to read that. It looks like a 16 something. 1600 something. That's winner number 7. They'll put winner number 7 back in their bags. Winner number 7, I got them all. I had to sit there and get bags and put them all in bags because it's like, I had the sandwich bags. They're just falling out. You can't have that. You can't have stuff falling out. That's no good. Oh, see, this This is the 14 bag. This is the good bag. I'll show you the good bag. Oh, so the later ones. So the other ones, the higher up ones, uh, towards probably like 8 or 9. Instead of that silver bar, this one is number 10. So number 10, 10. It's a 10. 10. There's a mining company. It's called Sunshine Mint. It used to be called Sunshine Mining Company, and so the higher up ones. I hope these were printed in 1988, but the higher up ones, the 1988 1 ounce silver coin, in place of the bars, because where I went and got the bars, they were out of them. Now I know where to get them, but it's already done this way, and so I mean 1 ounce is 1 ounce of silver. It's what silver prices $22, $23 or something like that. So if somebody needed something to eat, take your silver down and take it and get traded in. But that's number 10. Number 10 got this coin right here. Let's see what we got here. I like this. 16. Yep, 16 something. But this one's another piece of 8. So these, I guess, are Spanish pirate copper cobs that were used for whatever. You'd have to look it up and find out what Spanish pirate copper cobs were used for. This is 16 something. Probably can't even read that right, huh? I don't know. Can you read that? Probably not. I get one that you can actually read. It's cooler when you can actually read them. You know what I mean? Symbolism is a good thing, and there's such power in symbolism, and that right there is in a sense, let's see. I saw somebody say symbolism. Robert, I always thought it was symbolism, but just the word symbolism. I know, right? Pirate booty. It makes me wonder where the shop owner, where he got the copper cobs from. You know what I mean? Because it's always just curious. Oh, that's what I was saying. Is where did I see it? Symbolism. So I'll talk about symbolism when I get up to the 14th comment picker one. We'll put this one back in here. This is number 10. I gotta go back down and I'm not quite done yet. It's gonna take me a couple months to. It's gonna take a lot longer than a couple months to do what I want. But it's a slow process giving this stuff away. That I don't even think we've reached to the next. Oh, did I do a? Did I do it? Yeah, I did. Okay. April. I did an end of the month comment picker review to see if we've reached up to the next drawing, and I need 112 comments to go to draw for the number 4th place comment picker. And if you don't know, the comment picker is done in a way of see, here's a little baggy of goodies. The memories of I don't know. It's not gold or silver, but well, the ring is. I hope the ring is a silver ring, but mother of pearl may be on there. Who knows? But the next drawing coming up is the 4th drawing, and and the picker or the winner gets to pick either this ring or the or Chip. We got Chip there. See, Chip's chipped right there. My Chip looks like a chip bigger. Chip looks like Chip's getting bigger. Chip. You see Chip now, huh? Right by the bell face. Oh. Or the 1935 penny. 1 penny. Whoosh. Not showing up right. Anyway, 135 penny. Oh, there we go. Psh. 1935. See. So the next winner, the fourth random comic picker, choose one of these three, and then they get the rest of the goodies that go along. One winner has already got their stuff, but I got more to send out to that person. Second place winner hasn't even gotten a hold of me yet, or gotten back to me, so their cash is still getting built up, along with everybody else's. Same with third place winner. Their cash is right here getting built up, just like everybody else's. I think it's the thrill of the chase. You know, it's the symbolism in in the symbolism in things is a cool thing. I carry from time to time a coin that my wife gave me, just because the symbolism of it. Oh, what's the date on this one? You can't even read. Oh wait, what? All right, so it says this one says 16. I think it's 1641 on this one. What's the true story? I won the game. That was fun. Ooh, somebody's winning games. But a piece of 8, King Henry VIII, or I think that's King Henry, King Philip VIII, King Henry VIII. I don't know. Roman numerals 5, 6, 7, 8. This is for the 25,000, I think. Yeah, 25,000 comments, but that it's got to bolster up on that one. But is another 1 ounce fine silver, wicked sick relics. Oh, what's that? Oh, a stamp on there. Who's putting stamps on stuff? That's it. I gotta find out the stamper. Somebody's going around stamping things. I don't know what that's about. Don't know what that's about. Yeah, this is story. Uh-oh. You're live. Oh, this whole entire time I've been talking to myself. As usual. It's okay. Live or not. We'll get down to the goody-goody. I'll show this other one. This is what's going with the map, the Shiloh. So, World Series of Fenn 2023 I was a part of, and ended up winning a map or poem that was signed by Shiloh Old, and so I'm giving that signed map away come when that video reaches 70,000 comments, unique users and stuff. I mean, not that anybody would care, but I like this piece. It's nice and square. But this is another piece of 8. Whoosh, whoosh. Where is it? Right there. No, sweet spot right there. Another piece of 8. I like the shape of it, you know. Alright, I'm gonna see if there was a year on this one. Is there a year right there? What's that year? 1620 something maybe. Right there at the top. Right there, 16, I don't know, 1620 something maybe. And then, let's get that one right there. Mutiny medals. Nice. 1 ounce silver. Little ingot, you know. But, so these special ones, there's 2 special, they're gonna get bolstered up a little bit more. Thinking about a little bit larger ingots in those ones. But I still need to go down and get coins. But yeah, so like this one here. Oh, this is the one I need to add the 14 to. So I put the 14 back in the bag. There it goes, where it belongs. So 14. So symbolism. I still need to go down and try to get my hands on some more of these little puppies, so I can put one of these in all of the winners uh, stuff. It's just the difference between today's currency and history currency. You know what I mean? They sit there and say, "Oh, we gave you a gold $1, but it's not gold." But back then, when they gave you gold and silver, it was gold and silver. And there's been a change in the currency, so much to the fact that now even there's a coin shortage. But if you look, everything's been going down to digital, going down to numbers, and it's an interesting progression. Either way, whether they do or do not proceed with the digital currency exchange or changeover, they're definitely going to probably do some regulating and whatnot. Again, so this is the 14. So 14 obviously get one of these silver, and then as well they get that mining company, Sunshine Mining Company, which I thought was pretty cool because they're here in Idaho. Uh, this mining company, which was interesting. So um, there's this is a 1623 pirate copper cob. So the thing about this now, this is why I feel that the copper cobs are important and the symbolism or whatever ish is the date. They're dated. It's dated used currency. I mean, okay, 1988. This guy come by. He made this one out silver. Yeah, okay. 1921. You know, you got a dated currency. And copper was more readily available, so they made obviously more copper coins than whatnot. But it's the date, bringing you back into the history of the 1600s, which for me is important because it goes along with the history of El Paso and Texas and the Franklin Mountains, as far as another treasure hunt is the one I wrote about or whatever in the book. But yeah, I mean, so at the very least, somebody could carry around if they won, one of their coins or their bar or even just a copper cob, something they could feel in their hand as a symbolism that would trigger, hopefully, a positive chemical reaction outside of a negative one when somebody's feeling down. And that's kind of the just journey of the giveaway thing, etc. Because at the very least, 14th winner will get this here 1880. Oh, that didn't make no difference. But it's from the Forrest Fenn Thrill of the Chase. It's a $5 gold piece. It's 1880, and it goes is for the 14th Comet Picker winning. On that video that's linked, I said, and like I said, Forrest Fenn had a story that he wrote about, and he shared. He wrote the Thrill of the Chase, and he gave away $1 million worth of coins and gold and whatnot. And I think it was the stories inside the Thrill of the Chase were way more valuable as a trove and treasure and riches than the physical material stuff that he left behind. In return, and in a sense, that's kind of, I'm applying that same concept and perspective to what I'm doing with my life and what I'm doing as far as everything else, which I try to make obviously known to people, because I don't want people sitting there being like, oh, this guy was blah, 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 blah. No. Look, man, I'm up front. I'm trying to be up front and tell people, look, this is what I'm doing with my idea. I'm just taking what I learned from Forrest Fenn. He sat there and he went fishing for people. Get people's ideas, stories and stuff. Get them involved in life and history. Well, that's kind of the same thing in which I'm trying to do, but also on a personal note, A man's got to eat too when you go fishing. Who doesn't like to eat? So, the last coin. I like the last coin. So put the back in that one. That's the Forrest Fenn coin one. the Forrest Fenn goodie bag for the Forrest Fenn. That 1623. But the ingot that I like so far the best is this one that's in that one. That's being given away. Um, it's about a life journey. Um, everybody has a story to share. Some more than others. Some way more impactful than others. Um, some people will propel people to move forward, and sometimes there'll be a storm, and a person will become an anchor and cause your sail to break. The next thing you know, your ship's being sunk, being dragged, and you gotta cut that anchor loose so that your ship kind of uprights itself. Well, not working. No focus. That's okay. We focus on that. Because you want, in life, in our journey, we want the safety and security of our family and our friends to come first. We want to be protected. We want to be fed. We want to be clothed. We want to have ample supply of fluid, etc. Basic, simple needs that we all can, would hope, share and attain in a global society. You throw AI in the mix of all that, of human individualism to human all-inclusive societyism as far as the planet. If you take artificial intelligence and you give it the ability to know way more than you can control as a human on a collective basis, it's just a matter of recipe for danger. And yeah, later, I'll catch you later, that's for sure. Because you know what? This channel, this show, it's over now. Just this episode, though. Good luck, anybody that enters and has a chance. I hope you guys win. I hope you enjoyed today's conversation. If not, I hope you learned something valuable. If not, thanks for stopping by and hanging out and keeping me company. And it's always interesting, and it's nice to learn different perspectives from people. And so with that, I gotta clean up in here, put all this stuff away. And we'll catch y'all later on the flip side. You guys enjoy the rest of your day. And like I said, pass that video link on to other people, get other people commenting and share it and whatnot. That way we can at least get up to the next drawing and see who's going to win. Last time I checked, it was at 91 comments. Total overall comments is not the true number. That's me replying to people, so don't be mistaken when you see a different number than what's required. And with that, you guys enjoy the rest of your day, and you keep calm and treasure on. And until next time, y'all keep classy. Where's that button? Where's that button? Hey, how you turn this thing off? Where is it? It's like right up there. Here, go get that finger. Alright. Now, are you sure you want to stop streaming? Yeah, I guess so. Because that's how we exit. Y'all keep calm.